All right, it's now 8 o'clock and it's time for us to look at some stories that are making headlines, but also later on we'll be getting into your health. Now, the International AIDS Society 2018 conference in Amsterdam and in the Netherlands kicked off with an aim to shine the spotlight on the state of HIV globally. While many strides have been made to tackle HIV, the stigma around the diagnosis, treatment and follow-up still remain a major hurdle in Kenya.
It's a conference that determines global directions, that brings together the top scientists, the top minds, that brings together the most relevant research and the most relevant approaches, new emerging approaches in the HIV space.
The 22nd International AIDS Society Conference in Amsterdam opened with pomp and ceremony amid optimism that the world could be edging closer to winning the war against HIV. But not quite. 6% of Kenyans are living with the virus, but many more, almost 40%, do not know their status.
Many people do not have access to testing.
This is despite innovative ways of testing, like self-testing. However, these are still considered costly and out of reach for many.
People are afraid of knowing their status, right? And that fear of course, determines whether a person will go look for a test or not. There have been innovations around testing to try to close these gaps. One of them is, rapid results initiatives that include going up to where the people are.
Each day, Kenya records 250 new HIV infections, half of these being from the youth between 15 and 24 years of age.
Being able to reach them for testing and counseling, it is a little bit problematic.
While the youth remain a challenging group to address, mothers and their newborns are another.
After 2-3 visits and the result is not there, they give up. What happens to that child? That child dies. The alternative for these sorts of things is to develop technologies that can be nearer the patient.
Still, with these challenges, partnerships and collaborations have seen the HIV fight move from strength to strength.
Kenya works together with the World Health Organization and other countries through the technical working groups to identify the best possible combination of antiretroviral drugs that would assure the best viral suppression for the population living with HIV/AIDS. By 6 to 9 months, ideally, people are taking drugs well and they're working, they're supposed to be virally suppressed.
And from the scientists, the future prospects of HIV treatment might improve.
We take the HIV first, we check which drugs are likely to work, which are not likely to work, and then we give you those ones that are likely to work upfront.
The ambitious 1990 strategy by the UNAIDS hopes that by the year 2020, 90% of people living with HIV know their status, 90% are put on antiretroviral therapy, and 90% achieve viral load suppression. Dr. Mercy Korir for KTN News in Nairobi.